The house was quiet. Too quiet. I was standing in my kitchen on a Sunday morning, coffee in hand, staring out the window at nothing in particular. No one was coming for breakfast. No one needed a ride. No one had called asking for advice. It was just me. And I didn't know what to do. I was 58 years old. I'd raised 3 kids alone, worked 2 jobs for 20 years, put all of them through college. I'd spent 4 decades being responsible, being needed, being strong. And now, for the first time in my adult life, I had nothing I had to do. No obligations, no emergencies, no one depending on me. Just time. And the question I'd been avoiding for 40 years finally surfaced. What do I actually want? I had no idea. Because I'd spent so long being what everyone else needed me to be, I'd forgotten to figure out who I was. Welcome to Good Stories Today, your channel for emotional and inspiring stories. Listen while you drive, work, or simply seek inspiration. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Chapter 1. The Girl Who Grew Up Too Fast. My name is Agatha. I grew up in a small town in Georgia, working-class family. My father worked construction. My mother cleaned houses. We didn't have much, but we had enough. I was the oldest of 4 kids, which meant I grew up fast. When I was 10, I was making dinner for my younger siblings while my parents worked late. When I was 12, I was helping with homework, doing laundry, making sure everyone got to school on time. I didn't resent it. It was just what I did. Being responsible felt like love. When I was 18, I got pregnant. His name was Marcus. We'd been dating for 2 years. He was sweet, ambitious. Talked about going to college, becoming an engineer. When I told him I was pregnant, he panicked. Agatha, I can't. I'm not ready for this. Neither am I, but we'll figure it out. I don't know if I can. 2 months later, he left. No explanation, no forwarding address, just gone. And I was alone. 18 years old. Pregnant. Working part-time at a diner. My parents were disappointed but supportive. You made your bed, Agatha, but we'll help you through this. And they did. But I knew. This was my responsibility, not theirs. My daughter, Natalie, was born when I was 19. And from that moment on, my life wasn't mine anymore. It was hers. I dropped out of community college, got a full-time job as a receptionist, worked nights waitressing. I didn't go out, didn't date, didn't do anything that wasn't about providing for her, because that's what mothers did. They sacrificed. When Natalie was 3, I met someone. His name was James. He was kind, patient, said he didn't mind that I had a daughter. We got married when I was 23, and for a while things felt stable. We had 2 more kids, Caleb and Lily. James worked, I worked. We managed. But when Natalie was 10, James left too. Different reason, same result. He'd met someone else. And once again, I was alone. Single mother, 3 kids, 2 jobs. I could have fallen apart, but I didn't have that luxury. So I did what I always did. I got up, I worked, I provided. I made sure my kids had food, clothes, a roof over their heads. I made sure they did their homework, went to school, stayed out of trouble. I didn't complain. I didn't ask for help. I just did it. Because that's who I was. The responsible one. I'd spent my entire life taking care of everyone else, and I'd never stopped to ask, who's taking care of me? Chapter 2. The years that disappeared. The years blurred together. Natalie graduated high school, got a scholarship to UGA. Moved to Athens. Caleb followed 2 years later. Full ride to Georgia Tech. Lily was the last. She went to Savannah College of Art and Design. And just like that, they were all gone. The house I'd worked so hard to fill was empty. At first, I told myself it was fine. This is what I'd worked for. This is what I'd wanted. My kids were successful, independent, living their dreams. I should have been proud, and I was. But I was also lost. I kept working. Same receptionist job I'd had for 30 years. I'd wake up at 6 a.m., go to work, come home, make dinner for one, watch TV, go to bed, repeat. The weekends were the worst. I'd clean the house even though it was already clean. I'd cook meals and freeze them even though I was the only one eating them. I'd reorganize closets, rearrange furniture, find projects that didn't need doing. Because sitting still felt wrong. Sitting still meant facing the fact that I had nothing to do. Natalie called every Sunday. "Hey, Mom, how are you?" "I'm good, sweetheart. How are you?" "Busy. Work's been crazy, but good." "That's wonderful. How's your week been?" "Oh, same as always." "You should do something fun, Mom. Go out, see a movie, join a club or something." "Maybe I will." But I never did, because I didn't know how. I'd spent 40 years being a mother, being responsible, being needed, and I didn't know how to be anything else. The kids were gone. The sacrifices were over, and I had no idea what to do with the life I'd built. Chapter 3. The Breaking Point. The breaking point came on a Tuesday in November. I was at work, filing paperwork, when my boss called me into his office. "Agatha, sit down." I sat. "I wanted to talk to you about retirement." My stomach dropped. "Retirement? You've been with us for 32 years. You've been a tremendous asset. But I know you're approaching 60, and I wanted to make sure you were thinking about your future." I haven't really thought about it." "Well, you should. You've earned it. And we have a good retirement package. You'd be set." I nodded, smiled, said all the right things. But inside I was panicking. Retirement? What would I even do? That night, I sat in my living room with a glass of wine. And I thought, what do I want? It was such a simple question. But I didn't have an answer. I'd spent 40 years wanting things for other people. I wanted Natalie to get into college. I wanted Caleb to stay out of trouble. I wanted Lily to follow her dreams. But what did I want? I had no idea. I called my sister Marie the next day. "Marie, can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Do you ever feel like you don't know who you are anymore?" There was a pause. "What do you mean?" "I mean, the kids are gone. Work is the same. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself." "Agatha, you've spent 40 years raising kids and working. Maybe it's time to do something for you." "Like what?" "I don't know. What do you like?" I thought about it. And I realized I didn't know. I didn't know what I liked, what I enjoyed, what made me feel alive. Because I'd spent so long putting everyone else first, I'd never stopped to figure it out. "I don't know," I said quietly. "Then maybe it's time to find out." She was right, but I had no idea where to start. Chapter 4. The First Step. A few weeks later, I was at the grocery store when I ran into an old friend, Donna. We'd worked together years ago, lost touch after she moved. "Agatha, oh my God, it's been forever." "Donna, how are you?" "I'm great. I just moved back to town. What about you?" I'm good. Still working at the same place." "Still?" "Agatha, you've been there forever. When are you going to retire and enjoy life?" I laughed. "I don't know. Maybe soon." "You should. Life's too short to spend it working. I retired last year and it's been amazing." "What do you do all day?" "Everything I never had time for. I'm taking a painting class, volunteering at the animal shelter, traveling. You should try it." "Maybe. No, seriously. You've spent your whole life taking care of everyone else. When are you going to take care of yourself? That question stayed with me. When are you going to take care of yourself? I didn't have an answer, because I didn't know how. But maybe it was time to learn. That night, I did something I hadn't done in years. I Googled things to do in Atlanta. Art classes, book clubs, hiking groups, cooking classes, so many options. And I felt overwhelmed, but also curious. I clicked on one. A beginner's pottery class at a community center, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8 p.m. I stared at it for a long time, and then, before I could talk myself out of it, I signed up. It was just a pottery class, but it felt like the first decision I'd made for myself in 40 years. Chapter 5, The Rebuild. The first class was terrifying. I almost didn't go. I sat in my car in the parking lot for 10 minutes, telling myself I could just leave. But I didn't. I walked in. The room was small. About 10 people, all ages. The instructor, a woman named Carol, smiled at me. First time? Yeah. Welcome. Grab a seat. I was terrible at pottery. My bowl looked like a collapsed pancake. My vase was lopsided, but I didn't care. Because for the first time in years, I was doing something just for me. Not because someone needed me to. Not because it was responsible. Just because I wanted to. After class, Carol came over. You did great for your first time. I laughed. I don't think so. Trust me, everyone's bad at first, but you'll get better. Are you coming back Thursday? I think so. Good. I'm glad you're here. And I realized I was glad too. Over the next few weeks, pottery became my favorite part of the week. Not because I was getting good at it. I wasn't. But because it was mine. I started talking to the other people in the class. A retired teacher named Helen. A young guy named Marcus who worked in tech. A woman named Jenna who was going through a divorce. We'd talk while we worked. About life. About struggles. About dreams. And I felt connected. Like I was part of something. Not as a mother. Not as an employee. Just as Agatha. For the first time in 40 years, I wasn't defined by what I did for other people. I was just me. Chapter 6. The Discovery. One night, Carol asked if I'd stay after class to help her clean up. Sure. We worked in comfortable silence for a while. And then she said, "Can I ask you something?" Of course. What made you sign up for this class? I thought about it. Honestly, I didn't know what else to do. My kids are grown. My work is fine. But I felt like I was just going through the motions. Carol nodded. I felt the same way when I started pottery. I'd spent 30 years as a nurse, always taking care of everyone else. And when I retired, I felt lost. How did you find this? I didn't. It found me. A friend dragged me to a class, and I fell in love with it, not because I was good at it, but because it was mine. That's exactly how I feel. She smiled. Good. Hold on to that. A few weeks later, Natalie called. Mom, you sound different. Different how? I don't know. Happier. I think I am. What changed? I joined a pottery class. Pottery? Since when? Since a few weeks ago. It's fun. That's amazing, Mom. I'm proud of you. For what? For doing something for yourself. You've spent your whole life taking care of us. It's about time you took care of you. And in that moment, I realized my kids didn't need me to keep sacrificing. They wanted me to be happy. Chapter 7. The Lesson. It's been a year since I took that first pottery class. And I'm not going to tell you everything changed overnight. It didn't. But slowly, Quietly, I started to find myself again. Not the version of myself I'd been before I had kids, but a new version. One who could enjoy things without feeling guilty. One who could say no without feeling selfish. One who could want something just for herself. I retired 6 months ago, and instead of feeling lost, I felt free. I'm taking more classes, painting, photography, even started volunteering at the library. I'm traveling, small trips, nothing extravagant, but places I've always wanted to see. And I'm spending time with my kids, not as their caretaker, but as their friend. Last month, Lily came to visit. We were sitting on the porch drinking coffee when she said, "Mom, I'm proud of you." "For what?" "For finally living your life." I smiled. It took me long enough. Better late than never. And she was right. It was never too late to start. Conclusion. I'm 59 years old now. I don't have a corner office. I don't have kids to raise. I don't have responsibilities that define me. But I have something I didn't have a year ago. I have myself. So if you're watching this, and you've spent your whole life being responsible, if you've put your dreams on hold for decades, if you've forgotten what you actually want, I want you to hear this. It's not too late. You're not selfish for wanting something for yourself. You're not irresponsible for taking time to figure out who you are outside of your roles. You've earned the right to dream again. Being responsible is important, but so is being alive. And you can't be fully alive if you're always living for everyone else. So give yourself permission. Permission to try something new. Permission to want something. Permission to be more than what you've always been. Because you're not just a mother, or an employee, or a caretaker. You're a whole person, with dreams, with desires, with a life that belongs to you. This is Good Stories Today, your channel for emotional and inspiring stories. If this story resonated with you, subscribe for more honest stories about identity, sacrifice, and the courage to finally live for yourself. Thanks for listening. And remember, it's never too late to figure out what you want. See you in the next story.